reality, that's not how it should be.
Now, do you feel, to get the record straight on this,
Right.
do you feel that Diddy is an abusive man?
Abusive. Yeah, I would have to say yeah. Because if I said no, I would be lying. You know what I'm saying? If I said no, I would definitely be lying. I would be turning a blind eye to everything that I know, even though I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people say, yo, but you ain't see it, but I know it. You know what I'm saying? Or it's some things where,
So when you say you didn't see it, you're saying that you haven't seen him be abusive?
No, I've seen him be abusive, but I've never seen him be like when I
Was
say
it just in retaliation though? Like, you know,
nah,
okay.
No. One thing about Puff is he has an inferior complex. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's because of the things he went through in the past or whatever, but he feels like he has to prove himself. You know, you got a thing in the industry where a lot of people that's in the industry want to prove that they from the streets. Right. And you're not from the streets. But I want to be tough. But your reputation is not you. Your reputation is the people that's around you. You know, your reputation is you come uptown, oh, yo, he with Bonds. Yo, boom, 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 boom. Oh, all right, yo, you go to the Bronx. Yo, he was with Wolf. It's not you. You're the person in front. You know, you're the money and everything. But when it comes to the tough street guy shit, that's not you. And a lot of times you got to have that conversation with that person and say, yo, that's not you. So I think like he's abusive because he's trying to show that I'm a tough guy. Right. And it's not about being a tough guy. So if you ask me if he's abusive, I would say, yeah, he's definitely abusive. You know what I'm saying? Do he need help? Yeah, he definitely needs help. You know what I'm saying?
Now, would you rather see him get help than be incarcerated if these things that are, you know, that are being said are allegedly are true? Like, do you feel like therapy can help? Or do
if you
feel
yeah,
like
I feel like therapy will help if you going down yourself and say I need therapy. If you're gonna do therapy just for the people, it ain't gonna help. Or if you think you too big for therapy, but yeah, I would love to see him get more help because so many people get on top of you for doing the wrong thing, but nobody says you need help. But the first thing people are gonna say is you didn't even ask for it. So like I look at the post that he made the other day where he say, I'm gonna fight for this, I'm not gonna do it. Yo, that's not a person who's sorry for what they did.
He was just telling us not to do the interview.
Right. Right. He gonna tell you that.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna shoot it all the way real. Yeah. I ain't gonna make nothing up. I ain't trying to get the views or nothing. I'm gonna say what's real. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't, because at the bottom, somewhere in there, it have signs. It's like I got locked up one time. First thing in the morning, my bail money was there. You know what I'm saying? It's people around me that died. You know what I'm saying? God bless ASAP Ferg. I mean, yeah, ASAP Ferg, Father D Ferg. That was my man, like my man. I was with him the day before he passed. And we used to have conversations about Puff. And that was Puff man. Like he made the Bad Boy logo and everything. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, B. But he was getting money, so he really didn't pay it attention. But he was like, yo, homie only gave me $5,000 for making that Bad Boy thing with the hat. But when it first happened, he said, yo, Bonds. I was like, yeah, nigga, we on now. Right. We ain't got to look back because he was in the streets. But he said when he got down to the Bad Boy office, the only thing that was sitting there for him was $5,000. So the arrogance was back then. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's a decent price to pay for a logo. $5,000 for a logo.
It's a decent price to pay for a logo, but it's not a decent. It's a decent price for you to get paid for a logo. Mm. But if you my man, that's not a decent price. If you sleeping on my couch, if you coming uptown and the reason ain't nobody saying nothing to you is because you my man, then when you get that deal, you feel like we on now. But now if you somebody that I look up on the joint and say, yo, I do logos, yeah, 5,000 is good enough. But not for my man who this is supposed to be, we made it down. So it's different.
By the way, I hope I never got to pay $5,000 for a logo. Just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Look, he got his eyes closed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the realest that you can get. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you look back, it was never no loyalty there. You can't put money before everything, because then when that money get took away from you, you have nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to ask, even during the whole trial with Shine and the whole J-Lo shit, that ain't like slow him down a little bit? He ain't feel like maybe that was a humbling experience, make him think about doing shit a little different?
I'm gonna be honest, I was incarcerated then.
Oh, so he wasn't around.
Yeah. I got out in 2001. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I was with Loon for 2 years.
Okay.
And then 2003, it was a decision. It was like, Loon was unhappy. You know what I'm saying? And I was with him so long that, like I said, Puff and them had seen a brother. So it was like, yo, where can I go? It was only 3 people at that time. It was Jay-Z, 50, and Puff. When you think about getting hired with a job that can pay for health insurance, and then too, like a person that needs it every day.
Right.
A person where you can get 401ks and all that. There's only 3 people in the game at that time that can do that. Right. So it was an easy decision for me to go over to Puff, because he's like, yo, I could put you on the books. I could pay you such and such, this, that, and the other. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for that security.
Gotcha.
Now, there's a ton of people that are coming out with accusations. You've been there. Right. What was your tenure with Diddy?
Like 2003 all the way up to 2012.
Okay. Now, in that, all these accusations that are coming out, do you believe all of them, or do you feel like some people are there for the money grab?
Both.
Okay.
Both. I feel like some are there for the money grab. Some of these things, man, like if you go back, and we're going to, like I said, I'm going to be all the way authentic. Ecstasy, MDA, or whatever they call it, these are party drugs. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at Puff and I see all these accusations saying, yo, I snuck and did this, or he snuck and did that, nah, he ain't sneak and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Every Diddy party that you had on Star Island from 2003 to 2012, I'm the person that's on the front gate of Star Island letting people in. And if you didn't have an invitation, you couldn't get in. But guess what? It was girls saying that, what do I gotta do to get in? You know what I'm saying? So
allegedly.
Allegedly. What do I gotta do?
The Dancer Projects episode today is sponsored by the word allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if a person is telling me, what do I gotta do to get in? Why would a person of his stature have to do that, you know what I'm saying, without the person knowing? So I really feel like they knew they was taking ecstasy, or they knew they was doing this, that, and the other. And now I'm not going to say each and everybody, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly, like you said, but for the most part, a person did it, and now they like, okay, it's 20 years later, it's 30 years later. I see what he's going through. I seen what Cassie did, so now I'm going to do it. Do it make it any more right? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Do it make it any more wrong? Nah. It's like, this was what was going on back then.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
This is where it was headed. Do you feel like there's anything that you've read that Cassie said where you're like, hey, like, come on, that's a lie?
I definitely, like, I read a part in there where 2015, I wasn't with Puff. So in 2015, I wasn't the one that seen you get kicked underneath a car, stomped, and to cry with you. First of all, I ain't crying with nobody but my wife or my daughters. So I didn't cry with you, because I've always felt with Cassie, you can leave. You know what I'm saying? I seen, Cassie had a whole family with her. Her mother, her father used to come around. Her brother used to come around, this, that, and the other. If you really wanted to leave, like I said, you would have left.
On that same note, victims of domestic abuse, allegedly, right? They have a hard time leaving. They don't know whether it's safe to leave. I mean, there are stories, again, allegedly, that Kid Cudi's car blew up. Shout out to Kid Cudi. Seen him last night. He didn't want to come up for an interview. Fuck you too.
Yeah.
But
I heard that too.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
So it's so when you got those things, is it fear that she doesn't want to leave for?
Okay, first of
She's
all,
a young girl, right? Like there was Kim Porter. Kim Porter was a lot older than
Right.
Cassie was, right? Am I
Right.
not mistaken? You got a powerful person in Jennifer Lopez. I don't think that Jennifer Lopez is somebody that would take the abuse. You know,
Okay.
she's extremely powerful.
now, I'll stop you right there.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Power.
But you said Jennifer Lopez wouldn't take the abuse.
Yeah.
So therefore, where's the monster at that won't let you leave? Because if that was the case, no matter what Jennifer Lopez with, if he didn't want to leave, she wouldn't leave.
But victims of domestic abuse too, and these women, it's a lot. You know, if you don't have that type of power,
Okay.
you don't live like that. That's not your personality. It's like the same thing when you say, you know, people aren't from the streets. So you
Okay.
expect them to go civilian mode in front of the feds.
Okay.
Right? Like that, you expect, you know, you ain't from the streets, you ain't ready for this.
Okay.
You're not gonna walk into the police station and take that charge, right? So there's
Right.
the same thing for the males. And then when you think about the females, there's gotta be that same thing there. There's some women aren't from that type of life. Some women weren't raised hard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So when they face a situation like that, oh my God, what if I leave? What happens to me? I mean, you're talking about a girl that was forced to shave her head. You know,
Right.
okay, but this is what's gonna happen. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll do it. I mean, it seems as
Okay,
if
but look, I was there for that. And I remember the night that happened. And it was a situation where Puff seen we was out of the country and Puff seen the girl with the haircut and he was like, whoa. So you got somebody that's in charge of somebody's career. He playing the manager, he playing the label, he playing everything. So when he told her to cut her hair, to his credit, it wasn't about being controlling. It was about starting a fad. And I believe there was so many women that started cutting their hair.
My baby mother did that shit right
There you
afterwards. So many women shaved their head after that.
Right. So
Yeah, I
it was
seen
a
it. It was
genius.
fire, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a genius thing. It wasn't about being controlled. That's when his professionalism kicked in because he's a marketing genius. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that.
Also, what I felt about that situation,
Okay.
I'm like, that's definitely a genius move, right?
That
there.
was a
Changed the
genius
world.
move.
Absolutely.
You got to you got to realize you're taking somebody from nothing to something, and everybody who's next to me blows up and becomes this person. At least it becomes this person in the media. So now this is going to go along to who she is. Now, domestic abuse, as far as mentally and emotionally went through, I could never say that because I'm not a woman. You know, I could just see that my mother had fear and that's why she didn't leave. Now, my mother had fear of my father coming to do something to her, but then she also had fear of not being able to take care of the family. So when Cassie had fear, I think it was more of her career not coming alive than it was actually him being abusive. Because I'm gonna remember one time him and Kim Porter was fighting, right? And